My name is Steve. Welcome back to my shop and Shark Bits number 35. Haven't been able to get out into the shop to work this week. I've done a little bit of work on the outside of the house. I had some trim that needed to be replaced. It was starting to rot and I wanted to get it done before it gets any colder. We had some real nice weather, so it gave me the opportunity to work on that. But I wanted to get another video out, and I did get another viewer gift, and I want to share that with you. So I'll bring the camera around and I'll show you what I got. This is the second lot of cutters that I have been given for my Sheldon horizontal mill. It uses a 1-inch arbor. That's the one that I have a 1-inch arbor for it. It's a number 9 Morse taper, and I'm starting to find some number 9 Morse taper tooling, so that's a good thing. I would like to find at some point they make a 3/4 and an 1.25" arbor in the number 9 taper for that machine, and I'd like to try and find them. So far nothing has shown up, but one of my subscribers and loyal viewers, his name is Alan, sent me a box full of cutters, and this one is the second box. Some cut-off tools, some saws, and he sent me some other smaller saws for a 3/4 inch, and I do have a 3/4 inch arbor that I can use in my milling machine, and I'd probably be able to use this on that same arbor in the ER40 collet that I got for the mill. There's a couple of special cutters in here that I'll point out. Got a couple of radiuses. This is a rounding over. It's a 5/32, and there's a 5/32 radius cutter, and this one is a 1/4 inch wide, which would be an 1/8 inch radius cutter. Then the other one that I got is this 60° included, which is of course a 30° on each side, and that's a real nice cutter. All these cutters are virtually brand new or have been reground. A lot of them still have the dip on them. So Alan is putting together a shop, and he says that he's going to start a YouTube channel at some point, and if and when he does, I'll let you know. We'll give him a good shout out. I'm closing in on 3,000 subscribers to my channel, which is just phenomenal. It is way beyond what I ever expected. Of course, now I'm hoping for bigger and better things. However, I appreciate each and every one of my viewers that has pushed that subscribe button. And to celebrate number 3,000, I'm going to grind up one of the small sets of my diamond ground flat stones to be a giveaway for one lucky participant. So I'll have more details on that as we get closer to 3,000. According to the analytics, more than half the people that view my videos aren't subscribers. So if just a handful of you would subscribe, we'll get to that 3,000 mark really quick. So more details to follow. In my last edition of Shark Bits, I took you on a little road trip to a museum where I volunteer and am a trustee, and it seemed to be very well received. In this edition of Shark Bits, I've got a few more minutes of coverage of my museum, which is the Garden State Central Model Railroad Club. I took you through the museum and library last time, and in this video I'm going to do a walkthrough of the HO club layout that we are in the process of building. In addition, I've got a few minutes of coverage in our model workshop. So I hope you enjoy the video. Here's our model workshop. I'll take you a walk through here. And there are 5 workstations in here, plus the computer down at the end. And we have power strips all around underneath the counters and LED lighting under the counters, plus these task lights, the LED task lights. So on a good work night, we'll have all 5 of these workstations with people working on projects. We've got a program and test track that runs along this side of the layout. It goes all the way down to the end and back. We're actually pretty good about keeping that open. And here are the controls for the test track. We can run it DCC, we can do it DCC programming, we can do it regular analog DC. And we have a selector which goes out to the track, and all the different systems come in. And then we have a computer, laptop computer set up where we can use the computer programming on the locomotives. So we do repair, programming, and building. We model the anthracite lines from Jersey City to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And this is an HO layout. It's all digital command control, and we have wireless setup. This is the yards in Jersey City and into Elizabethport. We have a working model of the McMyler coal dumper, and the trains would come in, they'd unload the coal from the dumper into these barges, and then they'd go across the bay into New York City. The layout comes around the corner, crosses over the Delaware into Easton. Easton is still very much under construction. And as we come around the other side, we come into Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and we model Bethlehem steel. A couple of the members of our club are experts in modeling Bethlehem steel. When we operate the layout, we run the materials in and out of Bethlehem steel, Up in the back is the high line, and the unit called a charging Larry, which would run back and forth on that, and actually was the materials that charged the furnaces. This is a new model that we're building right now. It was the plate mill. That's still under construction. Now as we get down here, this loop at the end of the layout is a temporary, this is a construction feature right now, because as we complete the layout, we will continue straight through that wall. That wall will be coming out, and there's another 25 feet beyond that wall that will be extending the layout, and that's where the turnaround will be, to come back to the inside of the layout, and that will be modeled Mauchunk, which is also known as Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. Then when we come out of Jim Thorpe, we'll come back into Wilkes-Barre, which is under construction. We're still building the bench work on that. Just starting to lay the cork road bed and getting ready to start laying track in this section. And this whole area on the inside of the layout is Wilkes-Barre, and there'll be 2 or 3 coal mines modeled in this area. Now we're in this section that we have just about finished the track. It hasn't been ballasted yet, but this track is all in and has been electrified, and we're in the process of testing it, hooking up our automatic turnouts and getting them hooked into the digital command control system. And the end of this will be the roundhouse that was in Wilkes-Barre, and we're using that as our turnaround point to go back the other direction, to head back east. From this end, we'll be heading back east and back through Bethlehem, and ultimately we'll be coming back around into Jersey City. So we haul the empty cars and the freight out west, and we bring the full coal cars into Jersey City. So here we are, we're back in Jersey City again. I hope you enjoyed this short edition of Shark Bits. I'm going to be away for a few days, and when I get back, I've got a lot of shop time to make up for, and we'll get back to machining. I'll see you in the next video.